There are lots of urban legends in Jerusalem. This one might be the most important. It has to do with the Golden Gate and the fact that it is closed. Why is it closed? Tour guide will tell you it's to keep out the Messiah. Probably not the case. Both Christians, Jews, and Muslims believe that the world will end here. This is where the resurrection be, and the Messiah is going to come through. It's closed.
For centuries, there has been a quiet mystery resting in the heart of Jerusalem. It's something that people pass by every day, something ancient and sealed off, yet filled with meaning. Not many pay attention to it, but those who know what it represents have been watching and waiting for generations. Now, something has changed. Something unusual has happened, and it may be connected to a prophecy that reaches back thousands of years. A prophecy that speaks of the end times and the return of the Lord. Before we dive deeper into what is unfolding right now, we kindly ask you to subscribe to our channel. It helps us share God's truth with more people, and you'll never miss a message that could strengthen your faith. Now, let's begin. Just outside the walls of Jerusalem's old city, facing the Mount of Olives, stands a structure that has drawn the attention of scholars, prophets, and believers for generations. It's called the Eastern Gate, also known as the Golden Gate. But this is not just a beautiful or historic landmark. According to Scripture and Jewish tradition, this gate has a specific purpose in God's timeline. In the book of Ezekiel, we read something truly remarkable. Then he brought me back the way of the gate of the outward sanctuary, which looketh toward the east, and it was shut. Then said the Lord unto me, This gate shall be shut, it shall not be opened, and no man shall enter in by it, because the Lord, the God of Israel, hath entered in by it, therefore it shall be shut. Ezekiel chapter 44, verse 1-2. This passage is referring to the Eastern Gate. God declares that it must remain shut, sealed, because his presence has passed through it, and it will not be opened again until the return of the Lord. That's why this particular gate is so important. It's not just an entrance into the city. It's a symbol, a prophetic marker, and for hundreds of years it has remained exactly the way the Bible said it would, sealed, silent, and untouched. History tells us that the Eastern Gate was sealed in the 1500s by Sultan Suleiman of the Ottoman Empire. Whether he knew the full depth of biblical prophecy or not, he ordered it shut and even placed a Muslim cemetery in front of it. Why? Because many knew that, according to prophecy, the Messiah would come from the east and enter Jerusalem through this very gate. By building the cemetery there, the Sultan hoped to prevent a Jewish priest, who would not step into a graveyard, from passing through. But no earthly ruler can stand in the way of God's plan. This act of sealing the gate, instead of stopping prophecy, may have actually fulfilled it. For over 480 years, the gate has remained sealed, untouched, and covered in stone. People have walked past it for centuries, unaware that it holds the weight of eternity behind its stones. So, why does the direction east matter? Why is this gate, in particular, tied to prophecy? In the book of Zechariah, we are told something powerful about the Messiah. And his feet shall stand in that day upon the Mount of Olives, which is before Jerusalem on the east. Zechariah chapter 14, verse 4. Jesus ascended into heaven from the Mount of Olives. And in Acts chapter 1, verse 11, the angels told his disciples, This same Jesus, who has been taken from you into heaven, will come back in the same way you have seen him go into heaven, from the east. So the Messiah, according to Scripture, will come from the Mount of Olives and approach the city of Jerusalem from the east, the direction of the sealed Eastern Gate. This is why the gate matters. It's not just a wall, it's a prophetic door, and it has remained shut, waiting for the one who alone is worthy to pass through it. And now, after Centuries of silence. Something strange has taken place. Without warning and without explanation, this ancient sealed gate has been opened. Not completely, but opened enough to cause worldwide attention. Stones that have not been moved in generations have shifted. A barrier that stood firm for centuries has begun to crack, and people are asking, why now? What does it mean? Is this just a construction accident? A political move? Or is it something deeper? For those who believe in the Bible and the prophecies about Jesus' return, it's hard not to see a connection. Could this be a signal? We live in a time filled with confusion and chaos, wars and rumors of wars, earthquakes in strange places, political unrest, technology rising, the hearts of many growing cold. Jesus warned us of days like this in Matthew chapter 24. You will hear of wars and rumors of wars. Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in various places. All these are the beginning of birth pains. Matthew chapter 24, verse 6 to 8. We are watching many of these signs unfold in real time. But the Lord didn't give us these signs to make us afraid. He gave them so that we would be ready. Just like the sealed gate was a sign, so are the events of our world today. So you also must be ready, because the Son of Man will come at an hour when you do not expect him. Matthew chapter 24, verse 44. If a gate that hasn't opened in nearly 5 centuries begins to shift, perhaps it's not just a historical moment, perhaps it's a heavenly message. What's also incredible is the Hebrew name for this gate, Sha'ar Harakamim, which means the gate of mercy. How fitting. Before judgment comes, God always offers mercy. Before the end, he opens a door, not just in stone, but in our hearts, for us to return to him. Jesus Christ is the gate of mercy. He said, I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved. John chapter 10, verse 9. That's the most important message of all. Whether this opening is the beginning of the fulfillment of Ezekiel's prophecy or just a physical event with spiritual meaning, we must respond in the right way. By turning to Jesus, the only one who can save us, restore us, and prepare us for his coming. This moment calls us to examine our hearts. Are we truly ready if Jesus were to return today? Are we living for him? Are we sharing his truth with others? Are we standing in faith and not in fear? The gate may be a wall of stone in Jerusalem, but we each have a gate in our hearts, and Jesus is knocking. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him, and he with me. Revelation chapter 3, verse 20. Don't wait for the world to change before you change. Now is the time to turn to him. The Bible tells us to watch, not just the world, but also ourselves. Jesus will come again, whether the world is ready or not. And prophecy shows that he will return just as he left, from the Mount of Olives through the eastern gate. If that gate is beginning to open, even just a little, then we must lift up our heads. Lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. Luke chapter 21, verse 28. The gate of mercy has stirred, and maybe the King of Glory is preparing to enter. If this message has stirred your heart, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel. We share powerful stories, biblical truths, and real discoveries that strengthen your walk with God and point to his soon return. Let us not be asleep. Let us be awake and aware. The sealed gate was not just a wall, it was a promise. And that promise may be closer to fulfillment than we think. May we all be found ready when the Lord returns.